If someone tries to talk to you in a different language and you keep trying to tell them that you don't understand what they're saying, but if they don't understand that you don't want to talk to them, the best you can just do is just get up and walk away and get away from them. And that's just what I did. Before we start this video, I would like to apologize if I sound really, really weird. I'm sick right now, so I have a little bit of a cold, so I do want to warn you guys if I sound kind of weird, that's why. And also, I would like to apologize for quite the amount of background noise that is going on in my house right now. I'm having my kitchen remodeled, so if you hear banging and stuff, that's why. I'm going to try my best to talk over it, but if you hear banging, there's nothing I can do to fix it, so I do apologize. So anyway, hi everybody, it's Mena. Welcome back to my channel, or if this is the very first video that you're seeing of me, then welcome to my channel. Please be sure to hit that subscribe button down below if you didn't already. I post every day except for Tuesday and Friday afternoon sometimes, and today in this video, I have a story time about something that happened to me last night when I went to go do karaoke, and it's a story about how this guy kept speaking Spanish to me, and he wasn't listening to me, that I kept trying to tell him that I didn't understand what he was saying, and it was kind of weird because he kept speaking to me in Spanish, and I couldn't understand a word he was saying, and he wouldn't stop talking to me in Spanish, so the best thing I did was I politely got up and walked out the door, and I stayed outside. So this is a story about how I felt like I did a good thing instead of just trying to be rude to him. I tried to tell him I didn't understand what in the world he was saying. And it just made me a little bit uncomfortable that he wasn't listening to me. So this is a story just to teach you guys, if somebody's talking to you in different language and they're not listening to you, the best you could do is politely tell them in their language that, I'm sorry, but I don't understand what you're saying. And if they won't stop talking to you in that language, and you're still not understanding them and you don't want to talk to them, the best you can do is just get up and walk away, and then wait outside if you have your party with you and let them know why you walked outside, and just make sure that you're aware of when people are being a little weird, especially when they're not listening to you and just continuing to talk in the other language. And even if you're trying to translate them and they won't listen to you, that you want your space, the best you can do is just get up and walk away. Don't say anything because you may insult them and you don't know what they could do. So I'm going to get started, and I hope you guys enjoy the story. So this all started last night. I went to a local pizza restaurant with my mom and her friend because this pizza restaurant had karaoke on certain nights, and it was their karaoke night, and we were really excited because I love karaoke. Karaoke is one of my favorite things to do. And I was super excited to go do karaoke, to go to this pizza restaurant and do karaoke. And so I put in for a couple songs. There were a bunch of people getting up and singing. A lot of people were pretty good singers. I got up and sang a couple songs, and I was very excited. And I was singing a couple of my favorite Bonnie Raitt songs in karaoke. And I was just having just a fun time and getting up and singing. And then after eating pizza, and then all of a sudden this guy, he's like in his 40s and he's Hispanic. He starts trying to talk to me, and he's talking to me in Spanish. And I'm like, huh? And I'm not even understanding what he's saying. And I didn't want to be rude and say I don't want to talk to you. I tried to get him to translate, so I put it in my phone in Google Translate that I didn't understand what he was saying, so I tried to do it in Spanish, and he kept talking to me in Spanish, and I kind of was getting a little, thinking this was kind of weird. So he keeps trying to talk to me in Spanish, and I didn't want to talk to him. Not that because I wanted to be rude, I just couldn't understand what he was saying. and I wasn't in a talking mood, and I was kind of getting a little tired anyway. So he keeps trying to talk to me in Spanish, and he's like, I don't know what in the world he was doing, but it was really weird. So he kept talking in Spanish, and I said, I'm sorry, but I don't understand what you're saying. And I kept trying to translate it on my phone in Spanish, but he wasn't listening. So finally, I was just getting annoyed. Right? So I tell my mom and her friend, I'm just going to go stand outside because I was trying to be politely telling them that this person kept speaking Spanish to me, and he wasn't listening to me. And so I told him, and my mom was aware of what was going on. And so I go outside and wait for my mom and her friend, and while they're finishing up their beverages. So I politely wait. I check my phone. I am checking like my emails and stuff, and I'm sitting outside on the outside eating area of the restaurant that we're at, and I wait for my mom, and I was happy to get away from that person who wouldn't stop talking to me and not listening to me when I kept trying to explain to him that I don't understand Spanish. And so I wait. I probably sit outside for like 5 minutes, and my mom and her friend are done with their beverages, and they're ready to get up and walk home. And my mom tells me that I did a really good job about going outside when that person kept trying to talk to me in Spanish, and me and him not listening to me and handling the situation really well. And I was happy that I did too. I did, because I knew if I said something, something probably would have happened, but I was glad I didn't say anything and just walked outside, despite the fact the person just kept on talking to me. And it was just to me in Spanish. And I was very happy that I got up and walked away, and I did the right thing. So we walk home, and we just decide to have me focus on the good time I had with my mom and her friend, and the time we had at karaoke, and forget about the guy that kept trying to speak to Spanish to me. So the moral of the story is, if somebody keeps trying to talk to you, and they keep trying to talk to you in a different language, and you want your space, the best you can do is just translate to them in their language so they understand. But if they don't understand, the best you can, and it feels like they're being a little weird, you can just get up and walk out and don't say anything, because you don't want to be rude to those kind of people, because they may have like a different culture, have something that has to do with their culture when they do that, or if they're just feel like they're being weird, just get up and walk away. Don't say anything, because you don't know what kind of trouble could happen. And always just make sure you're comfortable in those kinds of situations. And if this person keeps trying to talk to you and they're not in a different language, and whether it's Russian, French, or Spanish, and they're not understanding you want your space, just get up and walk away, excuse my tablet, and just don't say anything. So that was a story about how this guy was talking to me in Spanish, and he wasn't listening to me, that I needed my space. So and how I got up and walked away. I hope you guys enjoyed the story. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I post every day except for Tuesday and Friday afternoons sometimes, and I'll see you in another video soon. Bye! Thank you so much for watching. And if you like this video, then be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel.